This guy claims to be the most eligible bachelor after his lottery win, but in my opinion, he's probably soon to be one of the dumbest lottery winners. And that's not really an insult to him, it's just he's making really bad choices. So let's get right into it. A newly minted lottery winner has set out a strict criteria for any woman hoping to date him in the future. This self proclaimed bachelor recently won 8.72 million euros, which is probably about roughly the same to 9 million in terms of like US dollars, just because like I think the exchange rate is still almost similar now. So in the lottery, and with his pockets full, he is now on a quest for love. Which, by the way, let's just round this up and just say $9 million. Imagine if you won $9 million. Like, that's such a large amount of money. So, lottery winner Kursat Yildirim was ecstatic after winning big. Now, see, the problem that I already see, right? Which you can kind of tell just from this photo as well. It seems like he's already spending or has already spent a lot of money, right? Which is not good. Like the main thing when you like win the lottery is not to immediately spend the winnings. So after taking home more than 8 million, he started splashing out and now lives in luxury. But the question is, for how long? If he's constantly spending his money. So Kursat Yildirim, 42, told a German newspaper Bild that his Instagram inbox has been filled with date requests ever since he hit the jackpot. Now, here's the thing: why would you date any girl that is specifically hitting up your DMs, like your Instagram account, because you won the lottery? Like, do you realize how potentially dangerous that is? One, you could be robbed. Two, those girls could try to manipulate you and get you to marry them or get them pregnant so that you got to be responsible for them. So it's just a beyond stupid thing to do. Like, here's the thing. Now, I don't know if this is the case in Germany, but if he was able to stay anonymous in Germany from winning the lottery, he should have stayed anonymous, right? Now, he stipulated women must meet a certain criteria if they want a slice of, I guess, his pie. He said no date without a FaceTime call first. It's unbelievable what some women suddenly look like. Once I drove to meet a woman for 2 hours, but after half an hour I was back home. I guess he got catfished. The German man noted looks as the first and most important factor. Age was not a concern as long as there was chemistry, but he drew the line at 20 years and above. He said the other day a 19-year-old woman texted me. She could be my daughter. That's not for me. Natural beauty was another box to tick on his list. He said a great woman has confidence and is strong. She can also leave the house without makeup. Naturalness is the most important thing. And the lucky winner said he disapproved of infidelity. I have to be able to rely on a woman, and you can rely on me too. The former steel plant worker, who has also served time for fraud and robbery, oh my god, reportedly quit his job and went on a spending spree after he won the large sum in September. But after he splashed out 1.3 million euros within a month on luxury cars, a penthouse, and designer clothing, the bachelor still finds himself without a girlfriend. Like, here's the thing: what people need to understand, having more money just makes you more of what you are, right? That's all it does. So if beforehand you were kind of a dick, afterwards you're going to be more of a dick. If you were a kind and generous person, you're going to be more of a kind and generous person. Like, if you just suddenly get money, like massive amounts of money, every aspect of you is just going to get 10x, right? If you're jealous, you're going to get 10 times more jealous. If you're insecure, you're going to get 10 times more insecure, right? If you are fearful of people taking advantage of you, guess what? That is going to go 10 times. Like, if you have depression, that's probably going to get even worse. So that's just something to really keep in mind. Like, money doesn't necessarily solve your problems. It's just simply something that makes things more, right? It builds things up more. You could potentially use it to maybe solve an issue you have, but not necessarily all of your issues. And also, it is beyond stupid to spend this amount of money within a month, okay, of winning. Can you imagine spending 1.3 million in a month when before you barely made a few $100 a week, probably, you know? So, and because of the strict criteria, he is yet to find his soulmate. The thing is it the strict criteria or is it just him? He said, I've met dozens of women, but the right one just wasn't there. I quickly notice who has something on their mind or who is just looking for free shopping. The millionaire hopes he will find the ideal woman in one of his future travel destinations, including Brazil, the Caribbean, or Cuba. He said it would all come down to finding spark in his dates. If you don't feel anything, you can cancel further meetings. I guess he's showing off his new Mustang. Like, here's the thing. I hope that this individual does well in the future and that he doesn't spend all of his money or doesn't get taken advantage of and blah, 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 blah kind of stuff. But at the same time, look, the thing that he should probably try to find with is just simply a girl that is like a ride or die type of girl, right? That you could 100% trust with your life, right? That's probably should be his goal because, you know, girls like randomly DMing him because he won the lottery, like, you're not going to find a quality girl like that. You might have before that, but afterwards, it's not going to happen. Or he's going to basically have to go through, like, put his own effort into specifically trying to find someone for himself to date and whatnot. And here's the thing, if someone were to ever get lucky enough to win the lottery, if you were to, like, here's the thing, I'll put it like this. If I was him in his situation where I won basically $9 million, what I would do with that money is number one, set it up in a way, set my money up in a way where for the rest of my life, I will never need to work any job ever again, period, end of story. And I would only be working in some form just because I want to, right? Because I'm really afraid that he is going to just blow through all of his money. Two, from the money that my investments produce, that's the money that I would spend. So, for example, with like $9 million, maybe I'll get like a few $100,000 a year from the investments. In terms of like what I would get back from the investments, where I could use that money and never touch the principal, like never touching the $9 million, and that's how I would survive by living off of that money. And then in terms of like finding the date, if that was like an issue, I probably wouldn't be having or relying on ladies coming to me. I would probably have to go out there and like find a lady that would fit my values by one, just having a conversation with them. You'll probably find out pretty quick whether or not they line up with your ideals or beliefs or whatever. So yeah, in the first month, Cressette spent 1.3 million on luxury items such as this Ferrari. And the thing is, I mean, Ferraris look pretty cool, but dude, you're spending way too much money. Feel free to give your thoughts on this, but phew, the biggest problem that I see with a lot of people who win the lottery is that like 80% of them are extremely stupid with their money. Like extremely stupid.